I'm built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss.
Patriots were going to make the playoffs. It didn't end so well for you, brother.
If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool.
You fell asleep at the trade deadline when we had a trade to get Kyle Lowry out of here.
They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running. Toes they gonna take it.
This is what we got to tell.
I've been doing this.
I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I'm paying the cost. I'm ready to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Calm down. It's Tuesday, so welcome back to another episode of Refuse to Lose with Tomo, Joe, and Dave. But today we're going to say Tomo and Mark. The last time you seen me, it was Tomo and Carl. But we're here to talk about a bevy of topics, as you all know. And if you don't know, or if you've been scrolling through Twitter or X or Twex or TikTok or any other social media platform, you already know what the hot topic button is, and you already know what we do at Refuse to Lose. We touch on those hot topics. We ain't scared. You know what I mean? So we're going to talk about that a little bit. We also going to talk about Black Monday. A lot of coaches have been relieved of their duties. We also going to talk about one wide receiver asking out. It feels like you're doing an Earl Thomas type of thing where you just going in the locker room saying he don't want to be here no more. If you don't know, that's Tyreek Hill, that is. So the Dolphins got a lot of players actually talking about how they want to leave. I don't know what's going on in Miami outside of the weather being nice, but that's what we talking about on here. We're streaming on 3 platforms right now. I said Twex. That's Twitter/X. We're on YouTube as well. And we're on Facebook. So make sure you hit that like button because the like button is across all platforms. Make sure you hit that subscribe button because it's there as well. And on X and Facebook, make sure you hit that follow button. Come to YouTube, hit that subscribe button, become a member because we're trying to get our members up. We're trying to get some money, man. Y'all know how it is in the streaming world. But outside of that, hit the comments up as well to be a part of the conversation. I'm going to bring up some of the comments, but I got my man Mark here. The Commanders did defeat the Dallas Cowboys. Where's my hat? I meant to wear my hat because I ain't running from nobody. But how you feeling, Mark?
I'm good, man. I know it ain't first place Commanders, but playoff Commanders, I should say. So let me stop playing. The glasses only come off of first place. Yeah, man. It's good. We here. Hot topics. FS1 one especially, man. Let's get to it. You know.
Okay. Well, with that being said, I'm gonna read one of these comments first. And everybody from the 313, put your hands up and hey, shout out to BWT Teddy. Hey, Teddy. That was a whole verse right there. 313 BWT. I mean, y'all know what to do. Baseball will tell you, make sure y'all hit the subscribe button on his show as well. The link is below for all the shows that are on the network. Shout out to Daniel. He said, happy Tuesday, everyone. It's definitely a happy Tuesday for some of us. A few of us right now kind of wishing that this week would just blow by because I don't know, man. Did Cat Williams do an interview, Mark?
It's Victory Tuesday, man. That's what it is. If your team lost, I can understand why you're sad today.
Victory Tuesday.
You know, if your team not in the playoffs, I can understand why you're upset a little bit. Not you per se, but you know, everybody that's not in the playoffs.
Victory,
you know. So
who plays Sunday?
Yeah.
You know, but
it's Tuesday.
I got to say this Tuesday. Yeah, it's Tuesday, and there's one more thing you got to do. No, that's not the last day. You got a whole week until the game start.
No, we on to the next team. We got the Buccaneers in the playoffs.
But no, that's what I mean. As far as turning up, man, you gotta turn up because your team did everything they said. Well, they overachieved everything you said they were gonna do so far.
So I wish Dave was here, man. I wish Dave was here. I need Dave to turn me up, man.
Nah, he got
turn me up.
up.
Yeah, you can't start the show without that. So with that
I
being
mean, yeah.
said, I mean, I wish Dave was here as well because we're gonna need somebody to police us just a little bit. Because the way I was about to intro this next topic was a little crazy. So I'm gonna rewind that right quick and say,
All right, let's get it.
sports media is under the scope, and we would say media and all because there's a show that was on Apple Plus that was kind of about the Good Morning America news anchor who kind of had the same allegations, but it came out over the weekend that FS1 is being sued by one of their former hairstylists. I'm gonna say in Faja. I don't want to botch her name up too much. I've been hearing it so much, but I've been trying to make sure I pronounce it right. So I'm gonna just say in Faji. She sent shockwaves through the sports media world by dropping these allegations on FS1. She's put out lawsuits against Fox Corporation, Fox Sports, FS1, FS2, Skip Bayless, Charlie Dixon, who is the head of content for FS1, and Joy Taylor, who is the co-host of Speak. Some would say she's a co-host. But basically, it's been about a toxic and work environment, sexual harassment, discrimination, and basically retaliation against her character. So we got to react to it. We are in the sports media world. We do have Instagram chats where we have people of all creeds, colors, races, and sexes. Because we do have some ladies that's in the chat. We look for more ladies to join the chats because we know women are part of the sports media as well. But let's get down to the nitty gritty, man. Mark, when this came out, what was the first thing you thought of?
I mean, when it first came out, first thing I thought of was, oh, this must be a money grab. You know what I'm saying? So it's got this some type of money grab. Maybe she just doing this to like laugh.
Teddy, what you mean by that? Just cover what up? Oh, come on, Teddy. It's the wrong time to be saying stuff like that, man. Come on now.
Keep calm.
Go ahead, man.
Nah, but like at first I thought it was fake. Like I thought it was like not fake, but like I thought it was like one of them suits where they trying to get money out of this person. But then I looked into it a little bit more and I seen like, okay, well now she's dragging like other people that work there. Mm-hmm. Joy Taylor saying she had affairs, slept her way to the top, which is not a crime. So I don't know why she's even stayed in the suit. I know she did say that she was planning on either using Acho or Me Tooing. I'm just calling it Me Too. She was going to Me Too Sam Acho or the Dixon guy, the VP, Charles, yeah. She was going to Me Too him. So that there by itself is serious. That's a serious allegation. You know what I'm saying? That's going to ruin somebody's career, life. You know what I'm saying? And then I looked into why Skip Bayless was into it. He offered her $1.5 million. $1.5 million. Who you think you kidnapped? Chelsea Clinton? Nah. 1.5 is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And she turned it down. So I'm just like, that's one thing that made me think like, oh, maybe I'm gonna be a cosmetologist forever at FS1 because he just offered me 1.5 million and this. I don't know. So I mean, to put it just didn't seem right at first. But the suit is she said is 42 counts of sexual what's it called? Sexual harassment, battery or sexual what's it called?
That one right there. Go ahead while I look it up.
Sexual misconduct. That's what it's called.
There we go. Yeah.
Workplace misconduct, sexual misconduct. So you can always say, oh yeah, she could be lying or anything, but you never know. Sometimes some stuff can be like, okay, maybe they didn't mean it like that and she took it this way, and it was in one statement when she said something to Joy and Joe was just like, get over it. I don't know what was actually said to her and she told her to get over it, or maybe it wasn't that serious and you're taking it too far. We just don't know because everything is allegedly. So I mean, once the facts come out, I'll really be able to speak on it. But like, you can't speak. You only can speak on what you hear, not what the actual facts are. So when the facts come out, I mean, it's probably gonna be a different story. But I mean, it's some serious. If she really tried, if Joy was doing that to Me Too somebody else, and Fox Sports, that's Could be a plan from ESPN. You know, just get them out of here. You know, we gotta be the only network.
Man, you know what I mean? Hold on. The Cowboys denied permission for the interviewer. They hating too. But
they keeping the guy.
So in this instance, when I first seen it, the first thing that popped up was Skip Bayless, right? It was she was suing Skip Bayless at FS1 because Skip Bayless offered her 1.5, right? And I was like, wait, Skip Bayless? These Skip Bayless? Same Skip Bayless that was going in on Deshaun Watson every chance he got? Like that Skip Bayless? Like you sure? And then I was like, you know what? I can't say you sure because it's a running thing in media where they always say these heads of not even just media, just CEOs in general of corporations and all that. They always have this thing with power where they feel like the money can get them out of anything. And 1.5, you thought it was going to get them out of that. And they also said that, well, she said that she claimed that Skip Bayless had said something about with his offensive remarks, something about a Muslim faith, like he had said something about that. Then he also with the Charlie Dixon situation, the one where she went to Joy, was that Charlie had grabbed her butt on her birthday and she went to Joy to tell her about it. And Joy was like, man, let that go. Allegedly. Like I said, all of this is alleged because, again, I wasn't there. You all weren't there. The only people that was there. And what old people always say, there's two sides to the story. His, hers. No, there's three sides, actually. His, hers, and God. And God is the one to know the truth because he everywhere. So, I mean, or unless whoever you all look up to, you know, we don't want to discriminate on anybody's religion. But let's get back to the nitty gritty of Joy Taylor being in the mix of all this. Because Joy started on Undisputed and then moved over to Colin Cowherd and then moved over to Speak. And everyone was always questioning like how the moves were happening, how she went from a moderator to being another moderator to now being one of the panelists on Speak. And the fact that it says her and Acho had a relationship is mind-boggling to a lot of people on Twitter, because what the folks on Twitter always thought. They thought it was a thing between, well, it was a running joke about her and Shady because how they always would go in on the Dallas Cowboys. And if you are on YouTube and follow any of the Cowboys content creators, this is their victory lap because they like, see, you was ragging on our team all this time and saying all this bad stuff when you should have just been speaking the facts. You know, some people are saying karma is a you know what, but again, it's still alleged. But back to this, I really feel bad for the lady in this because, one, if this did happen to you, imagine having to go to work every day after that, knowing that nobody's on your side, but yeah, you still got to perform your job. Like, that's just messed up in that situation. Because we all been in bad work environments where we don't like the manager or we don't like somebody at work, and we like, look, I still got to pay my bills, so I'm going to just do my 8 and go home. But during that 8 hours, it's like, bruh, for real? Like, I really got to deal with this? Like, nobody's going to help me out? And then on the flip side, if none of this is true, or she pulled in people that didn't really affect any of this, imagine what it's going to do for their rep. Like, imagine if Joy didn't really say none of this and she just pulled Joy in because she just one of them ladies. Or Acho. What if Acho got a lady at home? And you're like, wait. So all them times you was working late, you was getting a little joy? Like, it's just so much stuff that's going to happen in the mix of all this. And it's like, bruh, media, man. Media. Mark?
Nah, also with that, like, even if Joy and Acho had like a relationship outside the cameras or whatever it was, that's their business. They two consenting adults. So the fact that she even threw that out there just seemed like, oh, why is this so important to you? Maybe, I don't know. That's why I said, like, I got to see all the facts and see what happened. But it's your word against theirs. I mean, and you in court, it's like whether you right or wrong, you got to prove it.
Yep.
And to prove that somebody touched your butt is, like, how can you prove that? You can't prove statements unless you got it recorded most of the time, unless it's recorded, video recorded, or voice recorded, and audio recorded, I guess. But like that's another thing. Like it's your word against mine, and you got to prove what you said was correct. What you said is valid, I should say. And
yeah.
Like you said, another thing, I do feel bad for Joy because she is getting it more than anybody else online. And the internet really isn't a safe place because she is really getting it online. Like you don't hear anything about Skip. Skip offered 2.5, but that was it. That's all. I mean, 1.5. That's all you heard. But then when you talk about Joy, then you got these pictures of her popping up out of nowhere now, and she slept her way to the top, and all this other in this. She came from she was a low, what is it, E grade media host at first, and now out of nowhere she moved up to ESPN. Whatever she did, I'm pretty sure she's a smart person, and whatever she had to do, it wasn't illegal. So the fact that she's brought up in this case, just remind it wasn't even if she did do it that way, it's not illegal. No, it's not. It's no law.
It's not illegal. It's not.
It's not.
You're saying far as her, whatever she did to get in her position is not illegal. I got you on that. It's not illegal. I just want to make sure that's clear. Because a lot of people say
that's what happened. It's alleged. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, but Acho, if the dude Charlie did what he did, I'm also leaning towards what you were saying about Acho. Because again, he's not even in the case. And it's like, why would you even bring her? You could have just said she had a relationship with someone at FS1. To say that name verbatim, that's kind of one of those things where it's kind of like people believe it's like, all right, it has to be true. Because why is she saying specific names, specific dates? It's too specific. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it brings up another question. Is Acho was trying to talk to you at one point in time, and you chose her, or is she bragging about her talking to Acho?
That's a good thing.
I don't is she jealous? Is that what? I don't know. Why did you bring him? When you bring people up in a lawsuit, whether it's good or bad, anything like that, you ruin them. It ain't not. I mean, you ruin them. Now you got to stain on their record, and whatever next job she tried to get, or whatever next job he tried to get, this gonna pop up. Oh, he had that issue with Joy at FS1. Oh, he did that. That's always gonna pop up. Yeah. So the fact that she named him and he didn't do anything wrong, he just had a relationship with one of his coworkers, which isn't illegal. It's
not illegal, but what I'm saying is,
you gotta hit the rest of the facts. You gotta hit the rest of the facts.
I'm with you on that, but what I'm saying is, it reminds me so much of what Shaq said about Kobe, where it was once Kobe got back, he was like, everybody in the NBA doing it. It's like, bro, why are you bringing up everybody else? Don't bring me in this. I'm at home chilling. And I was one of the comments, shout out to Hodge, said maybe she mentioned Joy to show the environment at FS1. I understand that, but Joy is a part of the actual lawsuit. So it's not just mentioning, they actually suing her too. So it was like, nah, she did something to her. And see, what's the name? See that right there. It's YouTube.
ESPN, no sexual relationship.
Show me contract says no. Oh, okay. So basically, contracts say there's no sexual relationship amongst coworkers, and it happens everywhere.
Doing community service.
It happens everywhere.
That's crazy,
man. Yeah, hey, my man is turned up in the comments right now. That is insane. But what we're saying here over at Refuse to Lose is more so, look, all of this is allegations. It's sad on both parts, because if it did happen the way she said it happened, we still feel bad for all. You know what? Thoughts and prayers to all parties involved. And Mark, you saying that Joy, what's her name? It's not illegal. That is true. Whatever she did in her personal time is not illegal. Whatever the other guys did, because I ain't gonna keep saying his name. You probably like, dang, bro, you keep saying my name. So whatever Charlie and them did is illegal, because you shouldn't be over there groping on people just because it's their birthday, because you the head of content creation. If Skip did what he did for the 1.5, Skip, you can't be out here just offering 1.5 for
1.5 is crazy.
Bro, that's a whole nother crime within itself, bro. You can't be out here just offering 1.5. That's
1.5 is crazy.
And you can't be and you can't be doing offensive remarks to people's religion while you offering the 1.5. You can't be doing that.
But again, the offensive remarks, it's not illegal.
But
come on. She's suing Skip because he said something sexual to her. Offending her religion, that's freedom of speech. He's covered under the First Amendment. That is fine.
So the quote from, and I want to make sure I'm getting this right, was that Skip said something about You're Muslim, right? Your dad had multiple wives, so this should be normal, bro. That's what are you doing? You can't do that, Mark.
You can say it,
but you can't do that, Mark.
It's not right. Morally, it's not right to say. I understand that, especially Skip Bayless, I believe, is married. So morally, that's not correct. That's not the right thing to do.
And
but
the quote now
doesn't make it illegal.
The quote now right. I can sue you for making me feel a certain way. That's the American. That's what America is. No.
And that's how you lose in court. That's a waste of money.
It's not though. If you find the right people and you can prove that this is what you said it is, yeah. I'm just trying to light on this nonsense, man.
Like you can walk down the street with tiki torches and chant bad stuff, and it's okay with the police. It's okay. You can say whatever you like, but you're fine long as it's not. It's not hate speech. Like it's even if it was, it's illegal covered under the First Amendment.
It depends on. See, we're more so talking about the freedom of speech, but the act in which they were doing it was towards hate.
So no, what was because it was 42 counts of sexual misconduct. So the 42 counts. So he said something outside of that. That was probably just one thing that was glaring at people. Was like, oh my gosh, he said something outside of that because that right there it don't hold no weight. That's gonna fall off. It's not gonna hold anything.
And again, this is all alleged, so I gotta keep throwing that disclaimer out there, and we're gonna move forward after this one. I'm gonna let you rebut to it, but saying what he said about her religion is a form of discrimination, and that's at a workplace that is illegal. Because when you sign them documents, they tell you things that you can and do on the premises at work. And if he said that while he was getting a haircut, Mark, she has a valid reason to sue.
No, that's not discrimination. Discriminating is just if we look at the textbook definition of discrimination, what discriminating is, it is. Now I ain't gonna say I'm gonna just use like a hood version, hating on somebody because of the skin color or religion or just hating on them because of it. He didn't hate on anything. He actually stated a fact. In Muslim, you can have more than one wife. So he said, your dad got more than one wife. It's okay that I can't neither. So that's not discrimination. That is freedom of speech, and I stand with that. That is what it is. But the sexual misconduct stuff like that. Him saying that he wanted to sleep with her and I'll give you 1.5 and all this other type of stuff. I mean, I don't think that's it because he's asking. It ain't like he just wouldn't took it.
Mark.
So I mean, like,
Mark.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you like this. Look, man. Outside, you may have a point. In a workplace, that's not gonna fly. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. And we can readjust it. We can revisit this topic if we got some more time. But in a workplace, you cannot say those things, man. Go back and read your contract when you sign it. You can't do that, bro.
I don't know. I guess.
I'm just
we gotta look at the contract because if it ain't in the contract.
Well, all right, and then you got a point. But until then, we're gonna talk about somebody who is on contract and he's trying to find his fastest way out of Miami. I don't know why, but he's trying to find a fast way out of Miami. We have another guest joining us. We have CTC Carl joining us for the next two topics. So, like we said on this last one, we're gonna close it out. Leave your thoughts in the comments, and also
remember
thoughts and prayers to everyone. That too. Thoughts and prayers to everyone involved. Moving on. Fastest reaction, and this is more so about what Tyreek Hill had to say after their loss. And I wish I had the clip, but I'm gonna bring CTC Carl up right quick.
My man Carl, what's happening?
Hey, Mark, you tripping, by the way. But what's going on?
It's a fact, man.
No, you're not, bro. I hope you don't think that's facts, because then you might have some suits coming up on you.
Yeah, Mark, you got it.
Can't do that. But
what did he say that was wrong?
Mark.
What
Tyreek, I'm gonna tell you exactly what Tyreek Hill said that was wrong.
I love law, so we could definitely go into this. But
we can talk about it in the chat.
We're gonna move to the chat. Make sure y'all subscribe. Hit us with the HBO special. To help a brother out.
Oh, I was gonna say, bro, you gotta watch how you talking around, man.
Oh yeah, Nate, Tomo, I saw where your mind when you're wilding, by the way. But yeah, I know where your mind went.
Oh, hey, look, man. Here at Refuse to Lose, this is a family show. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about why Tyreek Hill was in the post game saying that he gone. He tired of this. We tired of losing, man. Hey, all right. Don't let the all right, look. So after Sunday, I gotta get myself together. So after the week 18 loss to the Jets, of course, reporters are gonna come and say, "Hey, man, what's going on?" And I should be upset because I picked the Dolphins to make the playoffs, and yet I'm getting messages from Bronco fans saying, "We told you we was gonna be here." Whatever. Only team that proved me wrong this year. Outside of that, Tyreek Hill had a lot to say about not making the playoffs. You know, this team, he feel like this team is losing or something about him not being a loser, and he got to do what's best for his family. So he got to go. He got to go. That's all I remember him saying is, I got to go and do what's best for my family. Carl, when you seen this, and I know you're looking for a receiver, when you seen this, what was your reaction to what Tyreek Hill had to say?
I ain't gonna lie. I was disappointed because it sounds like the case of wanting your cake and eating it too. Because you had what you're looking for in Kansas City, and they were going to give you a contract. Some say they were lowballing him. I mean, they asked him to restructure it, and you said no. Once I signed the contract, that's the contract I signed. All fine and dandy. You wanted out, or you made it seem like you wanted out. They traded you to Miami. You talked about how you loved it in Miami. How Tua is so much more accurate than Mahomes. How he might be better than Mahomes. You got what you wanted. You got your money. All that. Now you crying saying, I'm a competitor. I want to compete. You had that in Kansas City. You had a Super Bowl in Kansas City. You were top of the top in Kansas City. You can't say, well, I want to compete, blah, blah, blah. But when you had the chance to compete, could have took maybe little more, less money. You turned it down for the money. Which one is it? You want the money or you want to compete? Because one, y'all didn't even this is the thing, right? So the Dolphins finished 8-9. Tua missed 4 straight weeks because of that bad concussion he got. So it's not like y'all were healthy and missed the playoffs. No, you missed your quarterback for more than 4 weeks because I think Snoop played like week 17, week 16. So you missed Tua for a good chunk of the season. Went 8-9, had a chance to possibly make the playoffs. It didn't work out. Cool. But overall, I'm disappointed. I'm really disappointed. And then on top of that, you say you're a competitor. From what I'm hearing, don't know if it's true or not, he took himself out the game fourth quarter. Mike McDaniel said wasn't no new injury news. None of that. They just said he was unavailable for the fourth, and they don't know why, but he didn't have no time to think about it. Only the available players they were to try to win the game. If you're such a competitor, why are you taking yourself out that ball game? You want to win, don't you? That's what you told me. That's what you just said. Y'all could have won. You could have won 9-8. Just don't make sense to me. It don't. And if I hear that as a GM or owner, one, I don't want that in my locker room. Two, I'm lowballing. If I do want to go after the Tyreek Hill, I'm lowballing you. If I'm talking to the Dolphins, oh, I heard Tyreek don't want to be here. So why would I give up a whole bunch for a player that don't want to be there? Makes no sense. It's either y'all can keep him or y'all take this lowball offer and we'll take him off your hands as a competitor. But it just don't make sense to me. You had your opportunity to be competitive with the Chiefs. You thought you was bigger than the program. You thought you was bigger than the Chiefs. The Chiefs still won back-to-back Super Bowls without you. You see that and you're like, dang, maybe they didn't need me. And I think that's what really crept in, them doubts that he thought, man, Mahomes and them, they need me. He was taking shots at the Chiefs all the time. They need me. They went back-to-back, dang, they don't need me.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was more than I was over there. And now I think them doubts then crept in, but I was disappointed. I said in the chat, I was very disappointed to hear that. And to me, it just makes no sense because you had that and you threw it away for the money. Now you're saying the money good, but I want to compete. Is it Uchi Wally Wally? Is it one Mike?
We need to name the episode that. But Mark, how you feel about what Tyreek Hill had to say?
I'm not mad at what he trying to get out. I'm mad at how he did it. Jalen Ramsey did the same thing almost, saying he went out of Miami as well, but he did it like more professionally. You know, he did it more as like he made people think like, do we want out, or is he just, you know, like he put out a little book, you know, a little paragraph on his Instagram. So I mean, like I think it was the way that he went about it, to say the things that he said, and then on top of that, like Carl said, like just not playing in the fourth quarter or just. Like as a GM, you don't want that in your locker room. Like you don't want a player like that. Like you got to really be a coach, and you got to be, I ain't gonna say desperate, but you got to almost be desperate for a receiver to even want to pick him up in your locker room. I ain't gonna say it's like a George Pickens situation, but it's kind of like a George Pickens situation. You don't want that in your locker. It's a cancer. It really is.
That's a crash
Somebody's
out.
gonna demand the ball all the time, especially if I know I see a lot of teams that's popping up. They're saying like Washington, the Chargers. Why would they want that in their locker room? Like, you see how smooth the Chargers has been lately. Ain't no dysfunction or anything. Washington, everything going well for them offensively and everything. Why would they want to put something like I need my touches per game? That's not the way like Terry McLaurin is. You can see like Terry don't get the ball. He just like I'm all right. On to the next game. I tried to do whatever I could to help my team win. I mean, they don't want a diva crying in the locker room like I need my touches or I only want to be here. Like nobody want the GM don't want that. And the way you don't never quit on your team. The same thing that Devondre Campbell did for the 49ers. He just quit. It's the same thing. And they punished him by keeping him on the team and not paying him. And Tyreek did it on the last game, but I mean, if he don't want to be there, you got to get him out somehow. And you might not get a high draft pick for it. You might get a third rounder now. Like you went from a first round to a third round now because of the misconduct. So
third.
I told you. Why would I give you something high?
Third.
He don't want to be there.
Third.
Allegedly. No, not even allegedly. Those are his words for real.
I gotta go.
You don't want to. Same thing. Yeah, you don't want to. How can I say this? You don't want to put you. He don't want to be in a bad situation. You don't want to have the same player in that situation being the cancer to your team next season. And then everybody in the Miami Dolphins trying to leave. Like you said earlier, I don't know what's going on in Miami. It's a cold front right now, by the way. It's like 55 degrees. I know it ain't cold to y'all.
My God.
I know it ain't cold to y'all. But it's cold out here to us Floridians right now. It's 55 degrees. So, I mean, it's probably in the air right now,
Teddy said Terry don't get the ball when I take it over on FD.
You just stop taking Terry over on FanDuel. That would be probably.
We said FD for a reason, Mark. And not a sponsor. We need sponsors. I'm not giving nobody no more free promotion. The Broncos got enough. But for the other teams that people are tying them to, I'm making a call. I see what you're saying, Mark, but I'm at least make the call because you never know. Sometimes a change of scenery can do something to somebody. And in the first year, the change of scenery did something good to him. And then he proceeded to see that his ex was doing so much better. It's kind of like the dude Beyonce was dating and made a song about him. He probably like, you know what? Life would be so much better that I left her alone. And now he watching her perform on Netflix. It's like, bruh, all right, I guess I gotta go cut the grass, babe. Like, bruh, it's just one of those things. Sometimes you always think it's green on the other side, and then the other side actually gets some water and it looks better. And they went and got worthy. They went and found replicas of Tyreek Hill. And it was like, look, we can go find somebody that's fast and catch the football. Hey, we can get them younger and cheaper, and then we could probably help him run routes better. So now he's going to be younger, faster, and cheaper, and probably run more routes than you. So look at it. Look at you now. Now you in Miami looking sad because you said Tua was way more accurate, and we already knew what Tua injury history was. You ran your mouth.
Miami younger and cheaper is crazy.
Young Miami. There we go. But he acting like, all right, see what I'm saying? It was the first topic that got me. I'm back, y'all. I'm back. All right. So look, you went out there, you said all these things that you didn't really mean, or you probably meant it in the moment. And now you find yourself in a situation where you're not in the playoffs. There's plenty of good receivers that don't make the playoffs every year. And Mark just named one. Terry McLaurin is a good receiver. He hasn't made the playoffs in a long time. He hasn't dealt with a good quarterback up until now. So do you see him complain? He should be the most complainingest receiver on any social media network from all the promises that the Commanders have for him with Heineke, name some more quarterbacks that y'all had.
Sam Howell. Hey, look, I'm not letting y'all escape Sam Howell. A lot of people was telling me, oh, God, you crazy. You ain't like Sam Howell in college. Look at all the things Sam Howell was doing early and went 20/20 vision. So I ain't letting y'all escape Sam Howell.
I think Sam wasn't as bad as people think. I think the defense was so bad it made Sam look worse.
He had 20 picks.
Yeah, you had to be on the field all the time because
that's an excuse.
You see what I'm saying? Now y'all see why Terry McLaurin should be complaining.
He should. He should have been complaining. He should have been one. He should have been one out. He could have went to a championship team. They would have got him something where he wanted to go.
Exactly. And for Tyreek Hill to be in a way better situation than Terry McLaurin, literally, it's just 1 year. You take one. The NFL is so upside down, or the tables turn so quick. It's a revolving door so much in the NFL that it literally takes two people, and now look at you. You back at the top of the division. You probably in the playoffs, and you making things shake. But really, what's going on down there in Miami? And another player had a good post game where he was like, "Look, we have no leadership in this locker room, and we play soft. So until we stop playing soft and actually get some leadership in this locker room, then we'll win games. Because what's the running act with the Dolphins? They can't beat good teams, or they can't play in the cold. They went to Kansas City when it was freezing cold and lost. They went up to Philadelphia when it was raining and it was cold. They lost. So every time they go somewhere where it's cold, they lose. So how about you change the mindset with the team and then see what's going to happen there? Don't go one bad season and now you ready to run. Like, come
Again,
on.
and it was circumstantial. Y'all went 8-9. Could have went 9-8 if you probably played that fourth quarter. Who knows? But y'all went 8-9, and you missed your quarterback for like 6 games. But now it's an issue, and they ain't lose to Kansas City. They got smacked by Kansas City. I just want to throw that out there. But yeah, it just don't make sense to me. It just seemed like, I don't want to say he was crying, but he was crying. That's what I would classify it as. He was crying.
I mean, and he quit. I didn't even address that part. He quit. Like, you flat out quit on the team. I don't know what's up with the Kyle Shanahan tree and their players just quitting, but he quit.
By the way, I did peep that comment, Dave. I know what you're doing. Javon was completely wrong in that argument. Just FYI.
That's why I said what I said. Because, you just flat out quit. So, again, Tyreek, go home, think about what you said, see what the organization going to do. But me, if I'm a GM of another team and I need a wide receiver, I'm making a call. And I'm looking like, what you going to do? Because either he going to set it out or you going to take this 6th-round pick. Which one? Which one? The choice is yours. The choice is yours.
The price has gone down.
That's it. Mark, any more? You good?
Good.
All right. So now we got to move on to Teddy's favorite topic. Yes, Teddy. This is going to be good because you lived it. We got to talk about Black Monday. Now, a lot of coaches around the NFL seen week 18 and they were like, I got to get prepared for playoff games. And some of the coaches were getting their trash bags and exit interviews ready. Some of them may be cleaning their office out. Funny story. When Jason Garrett got released from the Dallas Cowboys, he literally knew that he was going to get released. So every single day since the last game of the season, he took one pen or one pencil in a box to his car every single day. It's like, bro, just pack the office up, bro. It's over. 8-8. That's how petty he is. But he went to the Giants and he became the offensive coordinator, and we all seen what he did there. Saquon's now with the Eagles. That's all I got to say. So, out of all the coaches that got fired yesterday, a few big names came up. One was Doug Peterson, and the other was Jarod Mayo. But a lot of people were more so questioning the Patriots because it's like, well, why would you release Jarod Mayo? I think he got a 4-13 record his first season, which was the worst for the Patriots, and he ended up, they got the 3rd pick in the draft, right? Fourth pick in the draft. Okay, some say they should have traded up to get one of the quarterbacks, but again, things happen the way they do. But you're seeing this young team turn it around in that first season as far as like the grit and them trying to fight and actually try to win games. But again, it's called a successful way of tanking. So, Jarod Mayo, was it a good or bad move for the Patriots to fire him, Mark?
I don't think it was a good move, but at the same time, you do want results. But again, he didn't have the time to even produce results. It wasn't his team. He inherited the team last season, and then the following season he got a quarterback, but he started the vet, and then once the vet came out and you put the rookie in, you seen glimpses and flashes of like, this team can actually be pretty good. I think he needed more time to put things in place. I'm not really a big fan of firing a coach after 1 or 2 seasons because you don't really, what would have happened if the Lions would have fired their coach? You know what I'm saying? So after the 3-13 season they had the first time. So, like anybody, they even with bad teams, Washington he was bad for a long time. You give their coaches 4 or 5 years. And, you got to give the coaches a chance. But, I can understand if you was like, with Antonio Pierce, you come in as an intern, they're not really sure if they want to hire you. But as of right now, you're like the best candidate. But next season, we're gonna like I can understand that. But if you hired them, you left them in term, and then so we're gonna rock with you. You got to give them a chance, and I don't think the Patriots gave Mayo a chance.
And we got another special guest backstage. I know he even want to talk about it, so we're going to bring him up right quick. We got my man Dave from Dave's Doghouse, also one of the members or co-hosts of Refuse to Lose. Welcome to the panel, Dave.
What's up? Yeah, I definitely wanted to hop on. This is something I've been talking about since I heard about the firing. I don't like when first-time head coaches get fired after one season. I don't care who it is. For me, the issue is why hire him last year when Mike Vrabel was available, when you could have hired him last year, and he is a former Patriot, just like Jarod Mayo is, and you could have given Mike Vrabel the job last year. Why fire Jarod Mayo this year, knowing you didn't put much around him to succeed? You didn't give him an offensive line to help out with his quarterback. He started the season with a backup quarterback starting instead of Drake May. And then when Drake May came in, like I said, the offensive line was terrible. He don't really have any weapons to go through. The run game was really non-existent. And then the only person on defense that played well was Christian Gonzalez for real. So you expected him to do what this season? That's my thing. You expected him to do what? You expected him to replace Bill Belichick after one season? That's not what you. What was the point of telling everyone that he was going to be the head coach for the future if you were just going to fire him after one season? You gave him false hope, and you pretty much put him in. And if he wasn't ready, then why give him the opportunity if he wasn't ready last year? Why not just go ahead and hire Mike Vrabel last year? Someone who has experience. He's been to the playoffs before. And a lot of teams raved about. Why not just give him the job last year? Why fire him after one season? And I feel the same way about Antonio Pierce, who also got fired today. Even though he was an interim head coach, you didn't put much around him. He didn't really have a quarterback. You bounced back between Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew. And then the run game wasn't really there. Then Devontae Adams didn't have a good season. He was crying and everything. And then the defense wasn't really good. So that's just my thing. And I'm glad Mark brought up the thing about Dan Campbell. Think about all the coaches who came in after one season and had a terrible season in the first season. Kyle Shanahan had a terrible season the first year he was with San Francisco. But he's been in 2 Super Bowls since then. Hasn't won, but he's been in 2 Super Bowls since then. So now just imagine if you fired Kyle Shanahan after one season, then what would you have? The seasons probably would have been bad all right after that. Think about Jimmy Johnson with the Cowboys. He didn't have a great season in the first year in the NFL, and he won and won Super Bowls. So my thing is, you gave up on him too early, and if like you said, if you feel like he wasn't ready, then it was your stupidness to give him the opportunity when you had Mike Vrabel out there last year.
I agree with that. And one more coach that you definitely should have mentioned with that was Bill Belichick. He went 5-11 his first year with the Patriots. So
they traded the first. I think I was listening to the Nightcap, and I think Shannon Sharp said they traded like a first round pick for that one though. So they wasn't doing that. You can trade a draft capital for bro. So you ain't letting that go quick. But I agree. I think this is how I'm gonna talk about it, right? So y'all know mom's is a Lions fan. So I had to watch that first season with Dan Campbell at my mother's house every Sunday. And Teddy want to complain about Mayo's decisions in game. Woo. Dan Campbell on Thanksgiving called back-to-back timeouts. During the same play, he called a timeout, was granted. Go back on the field, about to run a play. Called another timeout. Cost his team 15-yard penalty for the Bears to beat them on Thanksgiving. That was Dan Campbell year one.
I remember that.
Those were terrible decisions, but they gave him the opportunity to push past that. It's his first time as a head coach. They gave him the opportunity to learn and grow, and now you have a 15-2 Detroit Lions. They're not. Why would you not at least give him a chance? You gave him a 4-year contract. You fire him after one. Like Dave said, the team's not that good. You got a whole bunch of guys at receiver who you don't know who are tested. Keyshawn Boutte had a bad last year at LSU. It was supposed to be a preseason All-American. I raved about the guy at LSU last year. Disappointed me. Javon Baker didn't do well this year. Kendrick Bourne, rarely heard from bro this year. Pop Douglas, none of it. I think their most consistent player as a receiver was Hunter Henry.
And don't forget they drafted Jalen Poke. He didn't do much this season either.
It's like you have a bunch of unproven guys at receiver. Then on the defensive end, Marcus Jones, I think he's out. Christian Barmore, I think, was out. So like Jabril Peppers missed a bunch of games, but he went to Michigan, so he don't matter. But jokes. But the point remains, like you're missing a lot of pieces, and you fire him after 1 year. I don't like it. And then if I'm a head coach now, and I see, because Teddy said it earlier, Robert Kraft promised Jarod Mayo the job, which I do remember hearing during the season with Belichick, mind you. Why would I take this job knowing that you out here promising other coaches my job behind my back? Why would I take this? Who's to say he didn't promise Mike Vrabel the job? I didn't think he'd be this bad. Hey, Mike Vrabel, the job yours at the end of the year. Why would I take this job? You giving under the table backstabbing deals to coaches to take my job? I'm not taking this if I'm a coach. I'm not. So
think about it this way: like you got the coaches that's coming up right now with like Aaron Glenn, Ben Johnson. Like the coaches that's coming up. Would you keep Jarod Mayo or Antonio Pierce when you can get potentially a Ben Johnson or Aaron Glenn?
I hear you, right? But those are coordinators who are unproven as head coaches. We don't know what they'll be like as head coaches.
Yeah,
what if you can hire them, right? But we've seen those coordinators get hired as coaches, i.e. Mike, bro, that was
Mike McDonald
for the OC. Josh McDaniels, my bad. Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels, the hot shot offensive genius, gets hired as a head coach, and he never pans out. So that can also be at play. So I just don't understand why these coaches aren't given the chance to grow and learn from these opportunities, especially as first-time head coaches. I don't think head coaching is the easiest thing to do, especially your first season on a bad team. Let them learn, let them grow. And if they don't get it done by like 2-3 years, okay, cool. Then you can fire them and find somebody else. But off of 1 year, come on. Like, I don't like that. Now, the Doug Peterson firing, cool. They collapsed last year. They terrible this year. They didn't do much. The highest heights was the divisional round loss to the Chiefs when Mahomes got hurt. And then after that, it's just been downhill. Trevor Lawrence has been looking bad. They don't know what they want to do with Travis Etienne. They don't know if they want Travis Etienne to start or Tank Bigsby to start now. It's a lot of chaos in Jacksonville. Cool. You let him go. I'm cool with that. But Pierce and Jarod Mayo, it's like that is their first year. Pierce, I
guess he was in town.
I feel you, but like, then why would y'all not go and hire somebody?
Because
he was an interim coach before this season, and you could have hired somebody before this season, but you decided to go a year with him as head coach. Why not just hire him? Now, granted, you can say some of that could be on an AP. He should have been like, I'm not coaching without a deal. Cool. They were going to fire him anyway. I don't think the interim tag is just an out. They were going to fire him anyway. He went, 2-14, 2-15, 3-14, whatever. But, like, Gardner Minshew was in and out the lineup. Aiden O'Connell kept getting hurt. They were down to Desmond Ridder. Then they finally found a spark in the run game with Sincere McCormick. Shout out UTSA. That he gets hurt for the rest of the year. Amir Dula does well. But, like, they were just bruised and battered, too. You had the whole Devontae Adams situation where you don't know if he want to be here, if he do, if he don't want to be here.
I think that's why he got fired, though, Paul.
Chaos, huh?
I think that's why he got fired.
But that's not on him. That's on Devontae Adams.
Hold on. Let me wait, fellas. Let me. The reason why I say that is because I think him being the head coach was tied to Devontae Adams. Because remember that season before, Devontae Adams was like, man, I don't even think I want to be here. I think this was a bad idea because the GM got rid of Derek Carr and they was trying to find a quarterback. And then next thing you know, and then Pierce became the head coach, and it was like it uplifted the morale.
Yeah,
and then it was like
videos, the environment, so much.
And then the environment goes back to what it was. They were like, you know what? They probably said, let's just clean house. Let's just clean house with everything. We don't have Adams, none
even
of
it. Even if that was the case, remember when Adams was there and they asked Antonio Pierce if Adams was going to be on the team, he pretty much told Devontae Adams that he's not going to be on the team anymore. So that relationship was different. It was more so because Max Crosby wanted Antonio Pierce to be there, not necessarily Devontae Adams. Max Crosby said that if Antonio Pierce is not the coach, then I'm gone. That's the reason why they hired Antonio Pierce. It wasn't because of Devontae Adams. It was because of Max Crosby, not Devontae.
Yeah,
So,
but
okay.
all in all, it's
I
just
stand corrected.
it's crazy. It's crazy, but you even look back to Steve Wilkes with the Cardinals. 1 year, boom, got him out of there. Went and got Cliff Kingsbury. I ain't gonna say it on here, but I'm gonna just leave it at
I'm gonna
it's
say
crazy.
it's because it's black coaches. That's what it is. I'm gonna say it because of
And I'm
black
glad you
coaches. If you all the coaches we named, they got fired in one season with black coaches. It's the same thing.
And I'm glad you brought up the Cardinals because I was gonna talk about Gannon. Gannon went 4-13. They gave him another shot, and look at their record now. They 8-9, and they got something to build off of. So they gave him a second chance at it. So it's like, bruh, why would you? And I'm also like, don't give me a handshake deal knowing you wanted this guy that was already on the street. So what were you waiting for? I'm with Dave. We talked about this before. I'm with you on that one. Like, why would you just wait? It has so much Jerry Jones-esque smell to it that it's like, bruh, the Patriots. I didn't think the Patriots did things like this with their coaches. But then again, we seen what happened with Tom Brady, right? Yeah. So the Pierce one, I thought it was more so tied to Devontae Adams and how he uplifted the locker room when he came in as the interim head coach. So I was like, the Raiders just want to clean house. They like, all right, we don't have a wide receiver no more, so we're gonna get rid of the head coach as well. To find out that it was really Max Crosby, and knowing that they didn't want to trade Max Crosby all season when they technically could have traded him too and really started over, makes zero sense to me. That really makes zero sense. Doug Peterson. They was trying to fire Doug Peterson last year. They was trying to fire Doug Peterson after that playoff debacle.
Yeah, he was in the hot seat since last season.
Yeah,
so
because they collapsed.
Yeah. And
they had the division. I think they had the division by like 5 games and smoked it.
And then they let the Texans come in, and then you see what happened there. And then I see the owner of the Jags that came out, because I think he had said it, or somebody alluded to T-Law being the second coming of Aaron Rodgers. He's like, you know what?
Football. He called the AFC the AFL.
Yeah, because but the quote that I'm talking about now, he's like, nah, when I said that I was tripping. I don't think he anything close to Aaron Rodgers. So he feel like they may be outs on the quarterback after they gave him all that money. So we don't know what's going on in Jacksonville also. But what Kev say, the ironic, you look at the quarterback class this year compared to last season too. I don't get where you're going with that one. As far as like who's coming out.
Yeah, I don't get even.
You got me on that one. You talking about the draft class from with?
You talking about the classes? You talking about the Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams class compared to Shador and them? But I don't know what you mean by that.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I was trying to piece it together, but I can't get it.
Yeah,
I was about to say something, but I couldn't.
Yeah, you're gonna have to help us out with that one, Kev, because you saying that's why they fired the coaches because the quarterbacks that the GM didn't draft. Because if that's the case, I don't know. Y'all got me on that one. Now, Carl, you kind of already answered the Doug Peterson one, so I'm gonna ask you, Mark. Good or bad move by the Jags?
It's a great move. Like, I think they gotta find a way to get a new quarterback. I know they just paid Trevor Lawrence, but it's time for him to go. It's been too long. He's in a good situation. It ain't like you don't have receivers, you don't have a running back, or you don't have a defense or anything like that. It's just that it's just not working out. You might just be better somewhere else. I feel like he's one of the I feel like they should go for with the new coach. They should go for a new quarterback as well. Travis Etienne was really, really good last year. This year where was he at? I know they did hit on they wide receiver, but with Brian Thomas Jr. But outside of him, you said what?
I bet you do know.
Oh yeah, yeah. But fantasy reasons, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, they hit on a receiver, but it's just like they're not going up. They're stagnant. They're in the same thing year after year, and then they get an injury and they lose. The same thing. So they brought Peterson over there because they was going to develop Trevor Lawrence, and they was going to get you got a Super Bowl. You took just teams to the Super Bowl, the Eagles, and we're gonna do that. We're gonna replicate that same thing over here in Jacksonville, and it hasn't come into fruition yet. So, and they don't think it was ever gonna come into fruition. It's the same story. So I mean, they started declining because they went 9. I think it was like 22-29 is his record. 8. He was 9-8, 9-8. Then he just went 4-13.
Yep.
I can double check that while you go ahead.
Yeah, but that's not good. You know, you're not supposed to do work. You're supposed to get better. And that the 4-13 giving him a high draft pick is like, okay, yeah, now it's time for a new coach. Just not doing it. Some of the decisions wasn't right. The offense wasn't top of the league, or the defense wasn't top of the league. It wasn't balanced. The team wasn't balanced. It ain't like you had one good thing and one bad. It was all just bad.
Yeah. And Kev, that makes I can see where you was going with that. If he actually took the year off, he was a consultant for the Browns this year, so he was still thinking about football and doing things. And well, then again, if you look at the Browns,
Wasn't he putting his name out there too?
No, Vrabel did take a year off. He said it himself. He said he was going to take a year off from coaching after he left the time. He said he was going to take a year
but
off.
what I'm saying is, if you removing yourself from football, like as a coach, like removing yourself from it to recalibrate, you're not going to go consult with the Cleveland Browns and help them out with what they need. So it's like, did he really want to take the year off, or did he just want to be like, I'm waiting for someone to come get me, and no one came and got him until this year? Well, nobody signed him yet, but nobody probably reached out.
I just
consulting
Googled it.
I don't know what the
Googled
true
it.
role was. Consulting is something, but like, what was his true role with the Browns? You know, it's consulting, but like, are they calling him to ask for his advice? Is that what he's getting to do
Was
with the Browns? Like,
consultant for the Browns in
I'm not
20.
lying.
just
I'm
calling
not
him.
gonna
He's at
lie.
home,
I
he's
just
chilling,
Googled
he's
it.
watching sports and everything like that.
It said the prospect of taking a year off never crossed Vrabel's mind. Some teams were interested in bringing him in as a DC, but he wasn't into that idea. So I don't think, like I said, I didn't think he took a year off. Just he
No.
threw his name. I remember him throwing his name out there.
Nobody hired him.
Yeah, nobody hired him. When the
And-
Patriots could have just did so in the first place and just had Jarod Mayo as his DC.
And here you go. And during his time with the Browns, he worked with various.
Take a year off because
Here you go. It said during his time with the Browns, Variable worked with various position groups on the offensive side of the ball, and often seen on the sideline of games. Also helped the Browns scout players. He ain't take no year off.
Yeah, he ain't
He
take no
was
year
working.
off. But
He was
also,
working.
he was right. He had 20. He was 22 and 29 with the Jags. I don't know if he heard me, but yeah.
Oh, he might be frozen.
But yeah, Mark was right. He was 22 and 29.
Hold on, we're gonna let you get yourself together, Mark. You can just hit us in the chat when you're ready.
Definitely froze.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't think Vrabel took a year off. I could have sworn I remember him throwing his name out there to be a head coach. Just nobody wanted him to be a head coach. But that, like Dave said, the Patriots could have just hired him. But he, like Petty said, he was doing behind the back deals. Why would I take that job? Like, now I got to watch my back because you might be giving my job away and I don't even know it.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where you take a leap of faith. It's kind of like if I go out there and I do a good job, he go hire another coach, I can get a job somewhere else. Or it can work in a situation where it worked like this, where it's like you go out there, you start winning, you find a coach that he fire you, and now you don't get a job again. I mean,
I'm not rolling because
it's one of those things.
The Patriots
I'm talking about
organization in terms of cheating and all that other stuff.
He paid for the team, so I mean, he's probably like, you know what, I'm gonna just get my name out there. But when something like this happened, he definitely went home and was like, I should have known. I can see that. He definitely should have said, I should have known.
Yeah, I can't do it. I can't. I'm not rolling.
Yeah. Well, looks like we got a little bit more time to burn, so I'm glad you're here. I want to ask you one question. I don't think we asked you this, or maybe we did ask you this. It's been a while. How you feel about your Ravens in the playoffs and taking over the division? Oh, Mark's back too, so you can go ahead and answer that while we get Mark up here.
Oh man, the prophecy has been fulfilled. I remember when I came on here and told you what was going to happen. Told you we were going to catch Pittsburgh. They're going to choke the division. We're going to be right there to catch them slipping, and that's exactly what happened. Now we play Pittsburgh Saturday, but I feel confident. I got Lamar. Lamar's in Baltimore. You saw what happened the last time we played in Baltimore, and the Steelers are reeling. Now, like I will say, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. No Steelers Ravens game is ever easy. Even in that game where we won by 17, that game was close throughout the entirety of the game until the fourth quarter. So it ain't going to be easy. We're going to have to fight. We're going to have to lock in. But I will say that I do like our chances to win that game. And I like the road that we have to go. Not saying the road is easy. It's just I got some personal gripes on the road we have to go to the Super Bowl. And so if we can get wins against those teams that I have gripes against, I just feel better. It's like it's like, I know playing the Bills, if the Bills beat the Broncos, will be a tough team. But I would love to be the one to put Josh Allen out the playoffs and put all this Lamar, Josh Allen stuff to rest. But it could also backfire too. But that's why they play the game.
Mark, you had left. I just want you to, if you remember, you finish your comment on, I think you were talking about variable.
Oh, no, it was nothing.
Oh, all right, cool.
Man,
well,
I don't even know where I stopped at. I was talking the whole time.
Yeah, I'm about to say, you froze. I was like, oh.
Sound like you like going down. He had us too, and then it just froze up. All right, so Mark, I don't need you to give me no full details. I don't need you to go into like, I know you're going predictions and all. I don't need you to do all that. But if you do all that and you get a little crazy, we here to hold you down. But how you feeling as a Commander fan seeing your team finally win 12 wins after 42 years?
Hey, look, that's wild. It's
that's hilarious exaggeration. I'm for it.
91. It's 34 years. But I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Like, it feels good to wait. Like, after 11 wins, that was great for me. Like, that was 12 wins. Like, me knowing football my entire life, not being 1 year old, but my entire life. I've never seen my team win as much as they won this year. And like, I know that might sound pathetic or anything, like, but it is what it is. Like, I've been a true fan since, and it's a great feeling. Like, oh yeah, I got a good football team. We won 12 games, and it's like not like 12 fluke games. We won 12 games. It was 12 good games. We blew teams out. We had close ones. We did what we had to do.
It's 11 good games, one fluke.
Which one was fluke?
The Hail Mary.
Cowboys, huh? Oh
no.
We won that. We was up the whole game.
That Hail Mary completion was a fluke. Tyreek Stevenson deserves to get jumped.
He do though, because the Bears haven't won a game since that day.
No,
they just beat the Packers. But
I got to troll my dad. They beat the
Packers.
Packers.
Up until then, he need to get whooped.
It is what it is, Like Carl just said, he like his road, and I like my road. Like who he have to play. I like my road to the Super Bowl if it's there. I like the matchup with the Bucks, and then the Rams, and then whoever went. Like, I like the matchups, whatever happens. So I'm confident in my team. We getting players back from injury. We about to,
I'm laughing at
going hard, man. Like we got a primetime game. I can't wait to see what the Eagles do, because I know if they win and we lose, or we win and they lose, it's just I'm more hyped for the battles in the chat than really like the playoff format right now. Like the Ravens and Steelers, it's like you can't make this up. Like that's a great first round matchup. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm more excited to watch those games and stuff like that. I do want to see my Commanders, but we play late. But I'm more excited to see those games. So I want to see Philly. Like, I'm excited to see Philly play. I'm excited to see the Ravens play. I can't wait for this weekend, man. I'm anxious.
All right, so hold on. Tomo, seeing as though your team is not in the playoffs, how you feel about your team not being in the playoffs? All right, so look, the Cowboys is just going to be the Cowboys. Y'all watch them all day on ESPN, so I'm not going to talk about them. I want to address one thing that Kev had to say. Kev, it's okay, man. It's okay to be wrong, bro. If y'all haven't been watching, Kev responded with like 5 comments trying to allude to like why he said something about the year off. It's okay. It's okay. But I want to address one more thing. Mark, you said something about the chats, and we do have a little bit more time, so I'm going to tell the folks, look, please become a member today so we can keep these conversations going, because if you see the product here, just note that we have several other shows on the network as well that give you the same type of content. We have CTC with Carl right here. I'm going to let Carl tell you about the show in just a second. We got BWT with Teddy. We got FFC with Coach. We got RBO with Vaughn. We got Dave's Doghouse. And we got In the Red Corner with myself, Ty, and Ricky, where we talk about strictly boxing content. No exhibitions, no wrestling, no UFC. It's strictly boxing content. I had to say that because Ty would kill me if I didn't bring it up. These shows are all below in the link. In the description below. There's links for each show. You can click it, subscribe, and check them out. Make sure you hit the notification bell, and I'll let Carl tell you exactly why you need to hit the notification bell. But we also have memberships over here at Refuse to Lose. We have a pro level, an all-star level, and a superstar level. With the pro level for $2.99 a month, you get loyalty badges next to your name and comments. If you've been seeing it, people have been they got the next to their name in the live comments right here on YouTube only. I don't know about, I haven't seen it on Facebook, but I know it's on YouTube only. You get priority comments, so your comments skip the line. And you get to join one of the sports chats. For the All-Star level, it's $4.99 a month. You get member-only content. That's member-only content exclusively on YouTube for $4.99 a month. You get to join multiple chats, and you get to request a topic or segment nominee. So if you feel like we should have dove in a little bit deeper about a topic that you feel like you've been going back and forth in your group chat about, if you're an All-Star member, you can drop it here, and we'll talk about it live on air. If you become a Superstar member, you can join the R2L chat and the Parlay chat. It's been a lot of winning tickets. I've been going through, and I've been seeing a lot of people hitting that Parlay chat, but you get to join that chat for $9.99 a month. We also give awards and plaques to our top performers, and we also did a cookout where we handed out the actual trophies live and in person. So it's actually just a family thing here. We just don't hand no awards out and send them in the mail. You can get you a glizzy and eat a hamburger and get you an award as well.
And not a carrot glizzy.
Thank you, Carl. FJA was right there on the rim, and he dunked it. Oh, and you right here. Dave had one.
Dave did have a clip. Oh man.
Nah, we joking. I'm joking. He said no exhibitions, boo. Yeah, I know, man. But I'm gonna find a way to sneak an exhibition in. Depends on the fight that's up there. And we have member shout out. So again, shout out to all of our members, but special shout out to our superstar members. So shout out to Worm, Joe, Dave, myself, Teddy, Cardo, Coach, Vaughn, Lamar, Giovanni, and Chris. And you, and also hold on, wait. This moment here, and Joe, make sure you get the timestamp and clip it up. There was a bet. So Decorius, wherever you at, if you watching this on Facebook, I paid my half of the bet for the 6 months for you to become a superstar member. I don't see you become a superstar member yet. If you don't do that, I'm requesting a refund, and I'm letting everybody know that if you play spades with Decorius, he reneges. But until then, you got 24 hours to respond to this message. Now, Carl, tell the folks about CTC.
Appreciate that, Tomo. So my show is Carl Talking College. It's college basketball, college football. The college football season is wrapping up. We do have the semifinals this week. I believe it's Thursday. We have Ohio State, Texas. We have Penn State, Notre Dame. 2 really good games, but I will be previewing those tomorrow. College basketball is in full effect, but not on my channel. Not yet. I'm going full throttle college basketball as soon as college football is over. Shout out North Dakota State. I watched that North Dakota State Montana State game Monday night. Last night. What an FCS championship game that was. North Dakota State pulled it out. They dominated for real from start to finish, but Montana State fought back and made it a game, late game. Had a chance to take the lead, but North Dakota State defense stepped up, got a big stop, and then what a night by Bryce Lance and Cam Miller. Just a great night. What a night by Montana State's Tommy Millette. Just a great game to watch in general. But yeah, college basketball. That's why I've been looking off to the side of the screen. I've been having college basketball on my phone on mute while the show's been going on. Just trying to stay tapped in with the college basketball landscape. Michigan State 12-2. Maryland's taking 2 straight losses. Love that.
Shout out to the Lady Turks.
Hey, we can talk about the Lady Spartans too. I think they still undefeated. We can talk about that too. Hey, Michigan State. It's been years since we had a good team, but golly, we got one. We got one. We fired Susie. We top 20. 12. We're 12-2 in women's. So we lost
14-0. Let's go,
That's
Lady
cool.
Turks.
That's cool. Y'all about to lose the Juju on them Wednesday, but
we gonna see.
Y'all losing the Juju on them on Wednesday. But man, hey, shout out Michigan State basketball because football, rough season, rough season. And that's it for my show. But Tomo, we HOA, brother. How you ain't gonna shout out the HOA? We putting on for the HOA. I ain't forget where I came from. I ain't just the HOA.
Look, man, I forgot all about it.
Gotta put on for the HOA, man.
Because you've been balling, man. You've been balling.
18-18, 4 straight, just be pulling. We got Brooklyn tomorrow, and then we got the Warriors on Thursday. I'm gonna have to troll my youngest brother, because he a Warriors fan. Gotta get the trolling on him. A lot of people laughed at me when I said we would win 30 to 35 games. People laughed at me. So I'm soaking this all in.
And look who door you knocking on. You right there with the pay. Yeah. You go ahead and make the playoffs.
We smoked them. Won by like 24, I think.
You know what? You know why I didn't think of basketball? Because Bradley Beal was having some issues out there with the Phoenix Suns. And it's like, man, everyone thought it was the Wizards organization. And we tried to tell y'all. But hey, y'all do y'all thing. That's why I didn't bring it up. But shout out to the Pistons, man. Mark? I think you make it look.
I'm just saying, you know, you talking about like basketball. You shout out the Pistons, you know. And I was just looking at the scores, 55-57 at halftime. Playing
You
the
know we
Rockets.
don't do that with the Wizards. You know we can't do that.
You can't. I know. That's why I'm just like. That's why I'm looking like that.
You know we can't.
At least one of my teams in the playoffs. You know.
Let's get to these last words, man. You know, there's a lot to be said. You know, one of the teams in DC is actually turning it around. The other one's in a rebuilding phase. So, hey, start with the last words, Mark.
Wizards keep tanking so we can get Cooper flag. Commanders. Commanders. I seen Cam put up a comment saying like it's crazy that Luvu not playing. Is this some news that he saw that I didn't see?
I did see some Luvu thing, but I ain't read it. Let me try.
Is Luvu playing? I'm not scared of nothing like that, but I'm just.
Oh,
I mean, you obviously want Luvu there.
You definitely want him there.
Yeah, playing Bucks without Luvu was crazy work. So I mean, I didn't hear anything. Maybe it popped up when we was doing the show or something like that, but I didn't see anything about Luvu not playing. But
I got you, Mark.
We got a Commanders playoff game, you know, coming up. I'm in like Fort Lauderdale, Florida. You know, I'm in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I was thinking about driving up to Tampa Bay. That's like a 4.5 hour drive to just go to the game, you know. But, you know, I don't stay in the car for longer than 4 hours. Normally it's a flight after that. So, I mean, it's probably won't be going to that game, but I should. You know, that's one of the things maybe I should sacrifice for it, you know. So, I mean, it's this weekend, you know. So, let's get this dub, you know. And then the following week, get that dub, and then we in the NFC Championship. And then we get that dub, and then we in the Super Bowl. And that's the story right itself. Jada Daniels, the first rookie to ever lead his team to the Super Bowl and win it. Oh, man. That's, you know.
Stop the cap.
It's the greatest story ever. This greatest story never told yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just predicting the future. Call me Negro Damas. I see y'all. You know.
I don't see nothing about Luvu being out.
I don't see nothing either. I see Dave say he might not play, but it's not a guarantee. Oh, wait. No, that's 2 days ago. I don't think he's going to play if that was 2 days ago.
Yeah, the most I seen was he was questionable return against the Cowboys. But then I think he said he came back. So
yeah, then he played. So now I don't know about that one. Well, we'll keep an eye out on it.
Yes, sir. But that's it, though. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to CTC. Carl knows stuff. As y'all can hear it, I only knew one name that he spewed out his mouth just now. Outside of that, it was all, I don't know who they were, but like, what? You learn everything when you listen to Carl talk. But
Till Michigan State brought up. What?
Shout out to CTC. Shout out to R2L. Shout out to the whole network, man. Shout out to BWT, Real Ballers Only with Vaughn, you know, FFC, Fantasy Football with Coach, in the red corner with Tomo. Shout out to everybody, man. Y'all doing a great thing. So make sure y'all like and subscribe. You know, become members. HBO special.
Help brothers out, man. Carl, come on, we gotta get out of here.
all right, man. So my last word, since I talked about a lot of my teams in the CTC segment, I'm gonna just keep it kind of brief. Shout out St. John's getting the quad one win, blowout win. Well, it's not over. They up 18 with 8 minutes left at Xavier. Shout out Georgetown. I want to shout out Georgetown, man. I've been waiting since Devontae Smith-Ferreira was at Georgetown and they played Utah in the tournament like 8 years ago. Shoot, probably 9 years ago, maybe even 10. That's how long it was. I've been waiting for a good Georgetown team, man. And I think Coach Ed Cooley has finally put one together with Malik Mack, the transfer. I think out of Princeton. I know he's an Ivy League transfer. Michael Peavy out of TCU. He's put together a really good team. And they only have like 2 losses on the year. They're looking like a real threat to compete for the Big East. So shout out to him. Shout out to Florida. I don't like Florida because I'm a South Carolina fan, but they up 21 against Tennessee. Tennessee's a really good team. To be up 21 and hold Tennessee to under 20 points, and you still have 17 minutes left in the second half, that's a feat. So they're looking like the real deal. Shout out Walter Clayton. Last but certainly not least, Lamar. Now is the time to solidify your legacy early.
It's a legacy.
Chill out, bro. Now is the time. You hear all the noise. Block it out. Block the noise out. Only thing that matters is you and your teammates in that locker room. Let's go get that ring and shut everybody up. Let's go be a top 10 quarterback all time and go get this ring. Because if he gets a third MVP in the ring, he already top 10 all time. He might even be top 7 all time if he get a ring and 3 MVPs. So let's go get the job done. Let's go hoist that Lombardi. And let's go show everybody that they were crazy for saying that you should play running back / wide receiver coming out of Louisville winning the Heisman. Let's go get the job done, Lamar.
Jaden Daniels.
I was trying to let that man have his moment, and you just, man. He's JD5, boy. I tell you, JD5. JD5, stay alive, right? That's what y'all say?
As long as I got JD5, I'm alive.
All right. Make sure you're alive when you bring the chips to the couch. All right.
Oh, man.
We waiting. We got the hen dog in the popcorn.
It's nice over there in Cabo, ain't it?
Yeah, big comfy couch. Okay. But my last words, again, I said shout out to everyone on the network. I told you all how to become a member. I told you all how to subscribe and make sure you do all of those on the checklist. So I got to say this. My last words is I want to do a formal apology to the Denver Broncos. I had someone, well, I'm not going to say someone because Tyler came on here and he did the Denver Broncos panel. And I was just ragging on this team the entire time. And this will be a clip, so I'm going to just say it again. Bibby and Tyler, the two Bronco fans, apologies to you all for saying who is Bo Nix going to throw the ball to, because Bo Nix, I believe, has like 29 passing touchdowns this year, so he found someone to throw the ball to. 29. I think it's 29. I think it's 29.
I'm going to look.
And he has like 37. Huh?
31 in total, I think. No, that's JD.
No, I'm going passing. I ain't worried about it. All them. See, we don't count rushing touchdowns. That's what y'all did to Hurts. So look, back to what I was saying. 29 passing touchdowns with 37, like 3,700 something passing yards. So look, we came on here and talked about teams we were upset about or teams that disappointed us. This is one of the teams that shocked me. I didn't think the Broncos was going to be this good, and here they are in the playoffs and have almost one of the greatest rookies ever seasons by their quarterback. So just want to do an official apology. You good? Excuse me?
Nothing. Rookie of the year on this side.
Technically, your guy didn't get 12 wins because he didn't finish the Panthers game and he didn't finish the Cowboys game. So for everyone that's tuned in right now,
he got those records that he got as a rookie without 2 games, right?
Because he had to
game
run.
and a half missing.
Well, 2 of those games, one of those he got injured for, and then the other one he tapped his helmet and told coach to take me out. But you're not gonna keep doing that. You're making me say things I'm not supposed to, Mark.
No, Mariota came in and dotted y'all up, but that's just
ain't nobody Mariota to play. That's what you do when you're a backup.
Hey, hold on, real quick, Tomo. If this throws all new one, I'm sorry. Did anybody see the 4th down play when Mariota?
With Malik Hooker?
Yeah. He was like, "Yeah, we got to stop." Oh, Mariota got the ball. He was celebrating to stop. Mariota came out the joint, started running, and he realized Mariota had the ball, so he had to stop celebrating and go chase him down.
Carl, you want to know what's funny? All season, right? What was Malik Hooker talking about? If you can't stop the run, right? If you go back and watch another clip, look who looks up and is like, bruh, ain't nobody on my back. Michael Parsons was the one like, I tried to make the play and Malik Hooker celebrating. So the way the tables turned in Dallas is just crazy. But yeah, that was hilarious. I looked and said, bruh, he running. And then he like watched him run past him as his hand's still up. I'm like, he not running to the locker room? Like, what's wrong with you? But anyway, Mark's having a field day with that one. Thank you for tuning in.
Couldn't be a better script.
Oh, no, the script.
Couldn't be.
Y'all two be about to end soon. Don't worry about it.
I'm just saying, first rookie quarterback to take his team to the Super Bowl and win it. Yeah.
Nah.
I'm still there with it right now. My expectations still too high.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. I'm glad we both here. Yes.
Yes. You got to either get past Philly, Detroit, or Minnesota.
I'm not worried about Philly.
Of course you're not. I didn't expect you to.
I'm not worried about Detroit. We worried about the Bucks right now because that's what we play. So
respect.
Good answer. All right, before we start rambling again, let's get out of here, man. Great show. Make sure y'all hit the like, subscribe button, and comments below. We are out.
Peace.
thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.